looking at the Stylus Tough 8010. This thing is awesome. This is a big, awesome, heavy camera. It's really good. If you're one of those people that's kind of like clumsy with their cameras, you kind of just like drop it. Oh, shoot. Or, you know, if you drop it a lot, or maybe, you know, you live by the ocean and you just constantly drop the camera into water and do stuff like that. It's the perfect camera for that because it is fully shockproof and waterproof. It's actually waterproof up to 16 feet, which is really pretty deep, as well as it's also shock absorbing. It's up to 6.6 foot drop. It can take, it's winterized and go -10 below 0 Celsius, which is really, really cold. The LED can absorb up to 220 pounds of impact. It's absolutely incredible. It's got a 14 megapixel sensor, so you know it's going to produce some pretty awesome images. 5x optical zoom. It's actually an f3.5 to f5.1. It's got image stabilization in the lens. It is a sensor shift, so it's actually not the lens. It's actually the sensor, but it's kind of in between. The sensor will actually shift up and down. So if you're shaking the camera and that was going to produce a blurry image, the sensor is going to shake a little bit too so that it matches up and you get a sharp image. It's got a very, very nice 2.7-inch, 230,000 dot LCD screen. Goes up to 1600 ISO. Can shoot at 1/2000th of a second to freeze any type of sports or fast-moving objects. I mean, it really is an incredible camera. If you're going on vacation, you know, maybe going on a cruise, you want to make sure that you know, it's going to be safe, that you can take it with you. You don't have to worry about it. You can't really beat it. It's really incredible. Now, one of the coolest features I found on it is tap control. Now, it's not enabled right now, but what it does is it lets you tap to get into certain modes. You can tap it bottom, top, right, and left, and it's going to put it into playback mode or into a sports mode or continuous mode, which is really, really cool. It's also got a bunch of really cool in-camera features. You have panorama mode, beauty mode, advanced face detections. There's creative filters where you can make it a pop art image or you make it a fisheye or a pinhole image. Lots of really cool filters. You can add sepia and all that good stuff. It is really, really, really cool. Like I mentioned, it is a 5x zoom, so you can get pretty close to the detail. It also has a macro feature. It's going to automatically let the lens get focused at much closer distances. Very, very, very cool camera. It does feature full flash. It does have full automatic. If you don't want to have to use the manual mode, you can do it, but you can take over some of the settings, including the ISO, the white balance, and the shutter speed are all controllable, which is very, very cool. It even has internal memory. It's got 2 gigabytes of internal memory. You can also add an SD or an SDHC card, which is really cool. And now that I'm going to give you the tour, let me dry this thing off completely because I'm going to open it up, and that's going to compromise the water seal. But I will show you how cool the side is. Now, coming over here, I'm going to show you how this thing is so waterproof when you have to have all these buttons. First of all, I'm going to unlock it. It's going to make sure that I don't open it accidentally, especially underwater or maybe out in the rain. I'm going to pull down this little tab right here, and basically it's going to pop open this little section here, completely weather sealed. It's a really thick, look at it, it's like a safe. It's like opening a little tiny weather sealed safe. Very, very neat. Inside of here is where all the delicate electronics are going to be stored. You have your HDMI, mini HDMI port to share video and pictures on an HD TV with. You have an SDHC and SD card holder right there. It's going to record your images. You have an AV out in case you want to hook it up to an older television, as well as the battery. This is all really, really incredible stuff. I'm going to go ahead and close that up. This thing's still a little tiny bit wet. I want to make sure I don't break it. Whoops. On the top, you do have your power button and your shutter release. Your zoom control is right over here. This does record 1280 by 720p HD video, and it has a dedicated button for just that. From wherever you are, if you want to record video, you hit that right there, and you are now going to record video. You see it there counting down over here in the corner, and that does work. If you want to stop, you just push it again. It's going to write it to the card, or in this case to the internal memory since I don't have a card, and you're good to go. Playback is a dedicated button. You just push right there, and there you go. There's your video if you want to watch it. You just hit play, and there it is. You can control the volume if you want, or bring it all the way down. You also have dedicated buttons over here for macro mode, for zoom, for flash, for deleting photos, as well as a dedicated button for the menu and for help. I'm going to go ahead and take you to the menu. You're going to see here there's a couple things going on. You can make a slideshow. You can pick music. You can do a couple different things through here. I'm also going to want to actually get out of here. I want to go back to the main screen and hit the menu there. Here we go. So first of all, you're going to go through all your settings. You do have a full program feature. Right now it's in beauty shot, which is going to clear up skin tones and make blemishes disappear. You have an automatic flash mode for low light. You have your macro mode in case you need to shoot something that's very small and you want to make sure it focuses. You do have a full timer. 2 seconds and 12 seconds are the options. You can adjust your exposure by 0.3 stops. in each direction. You have your white balance. You can set it to auto, or you can automatically or manually set it to tungsten or daylight or shade or whatever. ISO as well. You can pretty much put it into high mode. It's going to set it to 1600. You can go as low as 80. And you can go everything in between 200, 100, 400, 800, and then the low mode is 80. Finally, at the bottom here, you have the different versions of shooting. You can shoot in continuous high, continuous low, or single shot. Standard is going to be single shot. And then from here, you can go into the setup, which is going to give you all the other stuff that you could imagine. Tons of different stuff through here, all sorts of shadow adjustments, fine zoom adjustments, image stabilizer. You can turn that on and off. You can adjust whether the orientation changes when you flip the camera. You can set up a remote flash. There's so much stuff you can do. Even the video quality can be changed. All this stuff is accessible through these folders right here. Very, very cool and very, very useful. And that's basically it. This is one serious camera. It's extremely durable. I was beating on it for a while earlier. I was just hitting things and everybody was kind of freaking out. It's not going to take it. It's not going to have any problems. It's going to take everything that you do to it in stride, including up to 16 feet of water, a 6.6 foot drop, or negative 10 degrees Celsius weather. It's the Olympus Stylus Tough 8010. If you have any questions on it, email me, and I'll see you guys next time. For more information on the Olympus Stylus Tough 8010, type in 083-1308 into any major search engine.